us okay? Can you hear us okay? On the mics? No?
I can only hear it. I can hear you like this.
Let's see. Mic 1 check. Check, check, check. Check, check.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it. Molded
Check, check.
by it.
Check it, check, 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 check. Got audio?
See the light until I was already
Check, check.
around. By then it was nothing to me but blight.
Check, check. Can you hear me? Yeah. Check, check. Can you hear me now?
I got nothing.
Yeah. Let's see.
Cause yeah, like when I record, I know like when it can come through.
Yeah,
It should be nice and crisp,
it should.
or like even like a little crackling. But yeah, it's just like. It's
Can
like
you hear us now?
Is there a switch?
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Let's see.
You don't flip a switch on these, right? On to off?
Hello, hello.
No. It should just be working.
Oh, hang on. Listen now. Can you hear us now?
Yellow.
Can you hear us now?
There's nothing. No.
Huh. Audience, can you guys hear us?
Yellow.
Here, you want me to just log in and see if it?
Why don't we have
Hang on,
audio?
let me use the other. Yeah, actually, if you could, that'd be awesome. That's a smart idea. We are live, folks. We are live. Sorry. We apologize.
Backstage
We are live.
pass right here, folks.
Yeah, you're coming in. I can.
Okay, cool. I guess
Oh.
the headphones aren't working. All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can just leave them set there. All right, we're live. We're effing live. Here we go.
We are live.
We're live.
Come on.
We're live at PXG. Oh man. Oh,
Yeah,
I
can we
almost
get the
forgot.
full logo in there? Would we drop that down a little, maybe? We're good.
What logo?
Well, this one, dude.
Oh, it's in there. Look at this.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Yeah, it's in there, right?
You got it.
Yeah, we got a little mannequin to your left.
We do.
That guy, he's had issues all day.
Fred.
Fred, he's doing all right. All right, folks. Sorry for the brief delay there in coverage.
Yeah. No. Get us started here. I'm gonna grab something real quick from Nick. Got that iron head. Be right back, Maddie. Sorry about that.
No worries whatsoever.
Wonderful. Thanks, dude. I think we're good.
Man, we're dialed in here. We're absolutely dialed in. I can't wait to get this episode up and running. Whew. Folks, apologies. We went a little bit long with the fitting.
Yeah,
which,
you fell in love with that a little bit over there. I think.
I definitely fell in love.
Yeah, trying out some PXG cloud pillows.
My wife would have been a little jealous there.
Oh, 100%. We got something we're going to show off here in a little bit. We'll set that back there.
That's an absolute gem in and of itself, too. I mean, fantastic stuff.
Heater.
Absolute heater. Dude, we've got such an episode tonight. I am so pumped up, folks. I apologize once again for the delay. It was one, technical difficulties, as we normally have the full-on podcast setup, right? We've got the podcast microphones, we've got the audio interfaces, got everything. Tonight, we're going a little bit movie show. The movie show?
A little different.
That's not a real thing.
It's a road show.
It's a road show.
It's a road show.
It's a road show.
Yeah.
And we literally have our wireless mics on. We're dialed in here. Trot Golfer, oh boy, here we go. Absolutely Trot, goddamn right. You know what I'm saying?
Forgot the lotion today. I look like a mall Santa here.
You hate to see it. You absolutely hate to see
like
it.
a fresh cherry.
I told him when I
skin.
saw him, I said, you look exactly how he described.
Absolutely. Oh man, take a blood pressure pill. Holy shit, let's go.
We've got our producer Nick working behind the screen here. So Nick, as soon as you're done with one of those comments, just re-click it and it will take it off the screen there. We're getting dialed in here, folks. Oh, there you go. He's figuring it out.
Look at that.
There we go. You know, Nick, first-time producer here for us.
That's super
and,
producer Nick Storch right there,
We're
dude.
really looking forward to this. He's crushing the
Very
game so
nice.
far. Yeah, I've been doing some filming for us. Now, Cart Barn guys, did y'all get your invite to the PGA Tours Creators Classic?
Shut up about that.
The answer
Yeah.
is no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not cool, Creators Classic.
The Nickelodeon Classic.
Yeah.
The
However,
modern day
we're
adult
coming for you.
Nickelodeon Classic.
We're coming for you.
Yeah, we are. We're hoping to get an invite here. We got to put out some
Yeah.
movies,
Yeah,
some
we're
YouTube
going to
movies.
start putting out some YouTube movies. Nick here, he's going to help us out with that as well. So expect more from us on the golf course as we get dialed in, not only on the golf course, but here at PXG. We're getting serious about the golf.
Yes.
I was literally, and I'll get into this as soon as we start the episode as well, which you want to get this show on the road. We've only got about 45 minutes.
We got people after hours waiting on us up here.
We got to get going here.
We got to be careful. Not
We actually
really, but-
broke in.
Yeah.
So they closed. Butsy knew a guy, got absolutely dialed in as far as getting, that reeks.
I had
Fantastic
this
stuff
awesome
there.
little Asian. It was like $12 lunch special buffet today.
God, I thought you just said I just had a, never mind.
Don't run with that. Let's go.
All right.
Start it out here.
In
Let's go.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cook. We've got Butsy with us here as the co-host as well. And tonight's episode is really special because if you can't tell by the massive fucking sign behind me, we are at PXG Headquarters. I got fitted today. They absolutely dialed me in with a brand new Tour Black Ops Tour driver.
The tour head, yeah.
I mean, that thing is absolutely mint. Shoot. 320, 319,
316 to 320 indoors. Everybody watching them looked like an absolute weapon in the fitting bay.
You hate to see it.
Really,
you really hate to see
really
it.
cool to watch.
Cool to watch. The opponents that are going to be playing against
Yeah.
me are going to hate to see it.
Yeah.
Absolutely going to hate
We
it.
got the toe weight dialed in. The little
Yeah.
draw turned into a BB gun. Just really nice.
You got to watch out for me coming up here with that PXG driver. But on tonight's episode, we've got the Windham Championship recap. We're going to be really quick around that. However, there are some stories around that, which, we found out this week who the real Matt Kuchar is.
Yeah.
Max Gracerman, he choked his little face off. Then we got Aaron Rye winning with 2 gloves. We've got the FedEx Cup playoffs preview that's going to be phenomenal. I'm going to get Budsy absolutely hyped about the FedEx Cup. Just you wait for this. It's going to be awesome.
Not going to happen.
I'm telling you right now, it's going to be awesome. Swanie style segment. That is a fan favorite. We've got some great stuff to discuss around that. And then we got LIV Golf Greenbrier. And along those lines, we've got, is Graham McDowell on drugs? So, let's...
Big thing going on with GMAC.
Let's get right
Can we
into
show the
it.
shoes?
Show the shoes.
We got to show the shoes.
Show 'em all.
Oh, wait.
Oh, no.
Those look way too used.
I just got the black
Yeah.
grays.
All right.
Yeah. Wow. That
Let's go.
That was weird, but I liked it.
That was very Wayne's World-esque right there. Like that.
Party on, Wayne.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's
So,
aging right
we
there.
do want to give, before we get into all this great content that we got tonight, a shout out to Swanie's Golf, who, once again, folks, always dialing me in. Butsy saw me tonight. He's like, holy crap, I love that shirt.
Oh my God! You look like the floral department at the grocery store,
Absolutely.
which is not a bad thing.
Dialed
Yeah.
for summertime.
Chicks
in
love
August.
flowers.
Oh my God, you should have seen all the eyeballs I got today just strolling in here alone.
No collar on it either.
Oh, it's got that mock collar.
young
with,
Jack Nicklaus.
With 2 buttons as well. So you're not doing the full tiger mock. I love this mock shirt from Swanie's. But folks, utilize promo code PullHookGolf25 at checkout for 25% off your entire order at swaneys.co. Let's fucking go. Here we go. Windham Championship recap. And my question for you, Butsy, is Matt Kuchar an asshole?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was born that way. I don't think it's an intentional thing. I don't think he thinks he's an asshole, and that's usually a hallmark of people that are assholes.
Yeah, you usually, if you don't think you're an asshole, you're an asshole.
You're absolutely an asshole. If you have to say that, you are, because people think it. Walked off the golf course.
So, tell
Jump
everybody,
right in.
You text me, you go, what is this thing about Matt
I was
Kuchar?
just kind of following along, and I was like, his group played in without him, and he left.
He left.
And I said, that makes sense. What a baby little bitch. That or he's just had some sort of LASIK surgery and there's a story behind it. I always give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe there's
got to.
cataracts
never
or
know.
something going on, or he's just playing. And he was like, what, 10 shots off the lead? Something like that.
He wasn't at all in a position to win. And the whole thing was Kuchar was getting all butthurt, right?
Yeah.
Getting all butthurt out there, and it started getting a little bit dark. Now, when it gets a little bit dark, Kuchar all of a sudden hit a wayward shot. He didn't like being told, oh, you just hit into the group in front of you. And he just became a little bitch. His true colors showed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he might adopt animals just to abuse them. Who knows? So
You hate to see
yeah,
that.
that's a joke, by the way. Don't get carried away with that. I know it's 2020, whatever, and can't say that kind of stuff anymore. But we said it, so
Yeah.
there it is.
We just added the little disclaimer.
Of course, it's
to
a
that.
joke.
Yeah.
Did he come back out and finish?
He did the next day. So here's the worst part about all of this is he made like 70 staff members of the PGA Tour have to come back the next day in order just to watch him dick around and make a par. It's like, dude, he's like, and then the worst thing about it all, and I'm sorry, folks, you've probably heard a million takes around Matt Kuchar this week. The worst thing for me was the fact that Matt Kuchar had the gall to like defend himself. It's like, dude, just own it. It's the next day.
What was
you had a
his
moment
defense?
to sleep. He's just like, I was in the other fairway. I didn't know that I could get a drop. I didn't know I could do this. It was 8:20 at night, which, by the way, complete lie because Aaron Rye's putt went in at 8:20 p.m. I was told this, by the way, from a PGA Tour caddy that I was in contact with today.
Okay.
And he's just like, dude, watch it back. He goes, Aaron Rye's putt dropped at 8:20. He had already quit by 8:20.
Did he consult with his other players, or did he just walk in?
No, he was just being
So there's no excuse for that. You're just being a little baby bitch.
Well, and here's the thing. Let's go over Matt Kuchar's history of being cheap, okay? We're going to go right back to Mayakoba in Mexico when he had that caddy, the local caddy, fill in for his guy. He ends up winning, right? So with that, he only paid the guy up front $5,000.
Yeah.
Okay? He thought, oh, nobody's going to hear about this. This is going to be great. Obviously, publicity gets out that this guy got absolutely screwed over by Matt Kuchar, did not pay the caddy, and sure enough, all of a sudden, Matt Kuchar thinks he's doing the right thing, only gives the guy $50K. That's less than 5% of the winnings.
Yeah.
Now, you might ask yourself, what is the average winnings? Which is why I was talking with the PGA Tour caddy today. I was going, hey, what is kind of the rates, right? Like, low-level caddy all the way up to the top tier, and he said the average.
And this was likely a lottery win for this guy.
Oh, 100%.
For his family.
Yeah.
Changed his whole life.
His whole life.
He got the call up, and now, did he just carry the bag and not say a word, the whole week and not help at all? I don't know, but regardless, do the right thing, dude.
He was helping him read greens. I mean, that's what you get a local caddy for.
I mean, if it was a robot carrying the bag, you tip the robot. It's good luck.
1,000%. AI is going to rule the world anyway, so you might as well get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Now, the average percentage that normally caddies get is 8%.
Yeah.
The best caddies get 12 to 13% in that kind of range, okay? So just so that everybody knows, but to get less than 5%, there's not a caddy out there, even the shittiest of caddies on the PGA Tour are making 6%.
At worst.
Yeah.
So what's the math on that? Like, what should this guy have made?
He should have made, I mean, I don't know the math on it, but he
Cooch
should
the
have
pooch,
made,
dude. Cooch,
yeah.
I don't know if that rings, that works, but
well, not
Cooch
only
the
that,
pooch.
but I got to throw in a little jab here as well, because I do know from an inside source that Matt Kuchar does not own his home, or at least did not a couple years back. He rents, okay? You know how much money Matt Kuchar has made on the PGA Tour? Like $40 million. Guy rents. Just very cheap. Doesn't want to have to fix his own things. All these things that come with renting, which renting is not a bad thing. I personally rent, so I don't give a crap that he rents. It's just the situation that he is so cheap.
This is a long line of incidences.
A lot of incidences.
And
even Rory, they brought back a clip from like 2009 or something like that to when they were going through the top 10 players, and it was Brooks, Rory, and Matt Kuchar who were there, and they asked Rory something about the money or whatever, and he's like, he looks at Cooch and he's like, you know, we all know how much money means to him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And everybody started laughing. Cooch got a little bit defensive.
I
you
bet he
know?
doesn't tip at restaurants either.
But it's one of these stories that it's like the facade,
Cheap
right?
bastard.
The facade
Yeah.
of, oh, he's such a nice guy. He's smiling on the golf course all the time.
Yeah.
Super nice. You get him outside of that publicity world of being out there in the public on the PGA Tour, and this guy just becomes a complete asshole.
You think if you were following him and he was kind of looking down and you like flipped a quarter out in front of him and he stepped on it, he'd probably pick it up?
Oh, 100%.
Probably
yeah,
pick that up.
100%. He's also claimed that he's never, ever paid for a round since the 90s. And in addition to that, there's a lot of reports out there that he has stiffed a number of locker room attendants as well as outside services when he does go play.
This is a thing. This is a habitual thing.
I had to let it out on the podcast.
It's okay. It is what it is.
We had to get it out there. And sure enough, needless to say, I don't think Matt Kuchar's ever coming on the pod.
No.
And I think we're okay with that.
If he caught any bit of this or anybody he knows did.
He might catch chlamydia. We don't
possible.
know.
Yeah, not good.
Could happen. Not good.
Sorry, Cooch.
Yeah, sorry, Cooch. But every time that people are going to start yelling out Cooch now, it's not going to be in a positive way.
No.
Cooch.
No, not good.
No, not at all.
Let's see what you got going on here. Let me see, where are we at here?
So we got Max Grazerman now. So did Max Grazerman choke?
I didn't see, did he make he went from like minus to like plus 115 in a hole,
So
minus 3,500 to plus 150, something like that.
he holed out for eagle on the par
Made a
4
deuce.
13th, right? Then he proceeds to make a snowman, an 8, okay? Trot Golfer hit me up on the DMs as this was going on.
Yeah.
And he's like, your boy Aaron Rye, you called it last week. He's going to win. I was like, hang on. Max Grazerman has a chance still. Like, he's going to end up probably making birdie on the next hole. Like, let's see how he plays out. So he birdies the par 5, 14th. Then he goes and proceeds to 4-putt for double bogey on the par 3. And that pretty much ended it for him right there.
Still.
But he still parred his way in. I mean,
A solid showing though for Grazerman. Like I said, I got the chance to play golf with him like we had talked about last week, I think it was, and that's a solid dude. And
or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's come up quickly. So
has.
yeah, I mean he was
playing
on
good golf.
Corn Ferry or whatever, and now he's here. So yeah, I don't think he's going to let that bother him, which I think I saw a press conference after it. He didn't look fazed by what happened to him.
No,
at all.
He said it's a learning experience, and that's the thing. When you're under pressure like that, that is a new ball game. That is an adrenaline rush that you are just not used to unless you've been under that type of pressure before. And even then, some people don't know how to deal with it. Some people never learn from those experiences. They just take it as, holy shit, I'm scared to death that I'm in this position yet again. But it sounds like Max Grazerman is really taking the positive spin out of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. He's finished second in the last 2 tournaments he's played in.
Pretty good.
Pretty freaking solid.
I
if you
would
ask
be
me.
smitten with myself. I'd be just fine. Yeah, everybody could suck it. I'm doing great.
I would be rolling around like Conor McGregor, just strutting out there. 2-2s, everybody.
You would throw the Connor out.
Oh yeah, for
Okay,
sure. You know,
okay.
just get real arrogant about it and just let the people know I'm coming, bitches.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing with Max Grazerman, and this is the thing, I just loved the fact, I can't shit on him because I love the fact that he handled it so positively, and it just looked like a bad situation that happened. The nerves got to him, and the 4-putt was tough to watch.
I think I would have probably rolled out of the scoring tent. I would have came out in a wheelchair probably.
Ooh, wheelchair.
Yeah,
Nice.
and just told the press, hey, look, you guys saw the 8 back there. I have been fighting this nerve pain all day. Almost collapsed, signed in my card, and here we are. And I would have just given myself a little wheel out, and that would have been my out on that whole deal.
Wow.
Who's going to say something then?
Yeah, love that for you.
I would travel with a wheelchair.
Folks, if you see this
Just
now,
for that reason.
that he leaves, like, let's say we get invited to the Creator Classic, and all of a sudden he leaves on a wheelchair after he finished second, you know what happened.
I would fake
Okay.
back pain for the rest of my life on camera, and always travel with a wheelchair and be known to be somebody that's surviving back pain. If I did good, great, I was able to fight through the pain. We got a massage therapist back in the room. We're hoping we're ready for Sunday.
Hoping
If
we're
not,
ready.
blow up anywhere in the round, here I come.
There it is.
Yeah.
Now, the winner of the tournament was Aaron Rai. He finished at 18 under. And the question that I got for you is, outside of the elite golfers like Scheffler and Schauffele, is there a more consistent player on tour right now than Aaron Rai?
No. No, I don't think so. 2 gloves.
2 gloves.
Yeah, friends with Tommy.
Not only that, but they're weather gloves. Did you know that?
Like
That's why they're black gloves.
Wait.
They're actually like rain weather gloves.
Like the thick ones?
Yeah.
This guy's.
Dude, this guy
just
stories.
won a tour event with mittens on.
He's got stories, man. Because some guy gave him his first set of golf gloves as a kid. He grew up poor, right? Over in England. And all these stories come from him going through that experience. So I don't shit on him when I talk about this because I have respect for the story behind it. But at the same time, it is a bit ridiculous that a guy's out there on the PGA Tour playing with 2 black gloves that are like rain gloves, and he's winning golf
What if
tournaments.
he's like a qualified electrician for like a summer, and that's how he put himself on tour? But he just never ditched the gloves.
Never did.
It's like actually electrical worker gloves. Yeah.
Now, what do you
We're way out
expect
there
from
tonight.
Aaron
Wow.
Rai moving forward?
Slow growth.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he'll mature into being one of the better players out there, and probably be a guy that's pretty consistent for a long time.
Think he's got the qualities to be a top 10er? Like top 10 in the world?
No, not yet. I don't think so. I mean, that's tough to say, he just won, right? But I don't think so, not quite yet. But I think he's going to be there for the long run, maybe in the next couple of years.
I think he's going to have a good
2-3
opportunity
years,
to win these tournaments that are not have the full fields, right? The signature series events. I don't know if he's going to be a guy that's really going to threaten. But you know what? He keeps growing. He keeps getting better and better and better every single year.
Yeah.
And more consistent. So, and I don't know how much more consistent he can really get. So, and Trot Golfer threw up there. If you can go back to that one, Trot Golfer said, "Congrats, Matty, picking the winner, folks."
You did, didn't you?
Yep, that was my 4th call of the year so far, folks.
Yeah, we need to start gambling based off of your picks. You know what I mean? This is getting kind of ridiculous.
I mean, we're getting there, little by little.
What's your percentage? Your win percentage right now?
You know,
Top 5 percentage is really good.
Top 5, top 10s, and top 20s. I'm pretty solid on. It is literally the wins that, you know, if you get more than 2 wins in a year of picking, that's pretty damn special. But I've gotten 4 so far. Granted, a couple of those were Scotty Scheffler, but you know, it is what it is.
I've had some good picks.
Yeah.
Tiger.
Yeah, Tiger was a real solid one at the Open Championship.
You know,
I really thought he was going to do it.
I'll do it again. Watch.
Now, the leaderboard rundown here, as we are short on time, is T3 was JJ Spawn, that's your boy. Rio Hisatune.
Piece of tuna?
Piece of tuna.
Real
That's
piece
what
of
it is.
tuna.
Real piece of tuna. That guy, I don't know if that's how you pronunciate his name or not, but it sounds right. Now,
Nick, can we look that up?
Yeah.
Piece of tuna?
Piece of tuna.
Piece of tuna.
Trot Golfer will actually probably put that in here. How do you pronunciate? Can you put the pronunciation of Rio Piece of Tuna in the chat for
I
us?
kind of like us just butchering the names, though.
It's part of the knack. You know what I mean? It's part of the stick.
We got Rio Piece of Tuna. We got Long Hard Banger on the senior tour. Yeah.
5th place, this Luke Clanton kid, who's still an amateur, by the way. You know how many millions of dollars that this kid would have won by now?
A lot.
Yeah. I
Multiple
don't understand
millions.
what the hell. Like, golf is a fickle sport. I would not continue to be an amateur right now.
No.
I would 100%. After that first cut I made, I turned pro. I start making all this money. And you know what? The rest is history.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, this kid, hopefully he doesn't get an injury. Hopefully he doesn't get like hopefully he isn't using Vicks nasal spray and going to LIV.
Vicks nasal spray.
We will get
what the
to
fuck
that.
is that?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. That is a LIV Golf type of moment that we got to get into. 6th place was Austin Eckroat. T7 was Ben Griffin. Adam Svensson, Svezi, Trace Crow, Eric
Stezzy?
Cole, and Billy Horschel. Really cool to see Billy Horschel, by the way. Trot Golfer, I know what you're going to say. Do not say it.
What's he going to say?
Billy Horschel, he's been saying it the past couple weeks, but Billy Horschel, really cool for him to like pump up Aaron Rai. He could tell that Aaron Rai was about to shit himself with diarrhea on like 17 and 18. And Billy's like fist pumping
Gave him a little action.
giving him like a little bit of motivation behind it and everything.
Little senior.
That was really freaking cool of Billy Horschel. I don't know if I've ever really seen that from two guys that aren't usually friends.
Yeah.
Like I could see like friends on tour and everything doing that if one's out of contention and the other one is playing really well.
Kind of like, dude, you deserve this. Like, you're playing well. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Hey, stay in it. That's cool.
All right, we got to keep it moving. We got to keep it grooving. We got the FedEx Cup preview, folks. And let's just start, by the way. If you're not jazzed up about the FedEx St. Jude Championship in Memphis, Tennessee, neither am I. However, the second event that's going to be coming up is the BMW Championship at Castle Pines in Castle Rock, Colorado. I cannot wait
That'd
for
be a
this
good-
event.
yeah.
This event is going to be fucking fire.
Matt's excited about
Disagree
this.
with me on this. This one, I am so excited about Castle Pines because one, they got to deal with the elevation.
Yeah.
And it's the top 50 players. So right now, we're going to the St. Jude in Memphis. That's the top 70 players, okay? FedEx points.
Okay.
That trims down to 50 for the BMW Championship at Castle Pines. But I want to see, like, how far is Rory McIlroy's drives going to go on Shot Tracer or Shot Track or whatever the hell you want to call it.
There'll be a lot of drives over 4 bills.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
It's going to go an absolute country mile, but that's going to be part of what makes this tournament so special.
Yeah.
What guys can adjust and adapt to the elevations, get their yardages correct,
Yeah.
and play really good golf at Castle
I mean,
Pines.
be hitting gap wedge at $155, like, you know.
It's
Yeah.
like me here at PXG. I was hitting a 7-iron of their new player iron.
Bro,
Oh, I'll let you say it because
I
people are going to
walked
think
up
that
and
I'm
I'm
lying.
like, how far is he carrying that? Like 200 yards.
200 yards, 7-iron.
And not
That thing is money.
low, like good spin rate, good
yeah.
ball speed, everything you want, high in the air, 200 yards.
Which,
and
by
consistent.
the way, quick little segue for our PXG side.
Yeah, you got to check this out.
Man, this thing, Butsy brought this over to me. So why don't you mention what this is?
Well, this is an arena that PXG hasn't really played in. They've made a lot of more player-geared irons. This is like they finally figured out the secret sauce. They blended a player's club with something you might see from TaylorMade, like a QI10, but it's not ugly. It looks like a beautiful tennis racket. That's the best way I can put it. It looks literally like a beautiful tennis racket. It's huge. You look down, you're like, this is massive. How the fuck am I ever going to mishit this thing? But oddly, it has a great shape, not a ton of offset. Look at this thing, dude.
I should
Can we
have been
get
a
this
hand
up,
model.
man?
I can't believe you
Look at
just
this
stole it
thing.
from me.
Sorry.
I was in my moment.
Look at that, dude.
Look at the
you a
sole
little
of the
top
club.
line there.
Top line looks good. Look at the sole though. This is like Viagra for your golf
It's
game.
literally-
This is going to help you get
This
it
is
up
bag
and
steroids
stay
right
up
here.
for.
Look
If
at
it goes
this thing.
longer than for 3 hours, then you got to go to
My
the hospital.
God.
That is what I've heard from the guys here
You
at
gotta
PXG.
you gotta get the blood let out. You
Yeah,
know?
you
to get into
can't-
the details here.
You
but-
can't hit it that long, that straight, that far for longer than 3 hours.
So, look up the reviews. Do your own research.
That's not what I was hitting, by the way. So they threw this in for me just to like see what I thought of
Yeah.
it. And my God, that thing was going about 210.
Yeah. Yeah,
Unreal.
instantly picked up another
Unreal.
10 yards. But
So
like
it-
consistently. We didn't get any jumpers. We didn't get any weird ones.
No, and it was consistent, which normally with clubs like this, with the player improvement ones,
Yeah.
what I always notice is that there's a hot spot, right? There's one that all of a sudden, I taught my brother-in-law when he first started playing golf and getting really serious into it to say, oh shit, I flushed it, when it goes 15 yards over the green.
Right.
Because player improvement irons, normally you have that. This you did not. I
Yeah.
had consistency after consistency, even though it was going a damn country mile.
We've been talking, I really want to get like a 4-iron in it.
Oh, we were talking about
Yeah,
that,
I think
like
it
a
would
driving
be,
iron
it'd be like right in between like a player club and an actual driving iron. I mean, it
that'd be
looks,
sick.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That would be
Anyways.
sick. All right, back to the FedEx Cup playoffs here. And for the folks that are just starting to get excited about the FedEx Cup playoffs, this is the 18th edition of the FedEx Cup playoffs.
That's unbelievable,
so
dude.
There's 2 events,
We're old.
right? And then it goes right into the Tour Championship. They don't mess around anymore. Okay, they get right to the juice of the whole entire thing. Top 30 end up going to East Lake in Atlanta, Georgia, which has become the Tour Championship staple event. But again, I'm really excited for the BMW Championship. We wanted to go. Unfortunately, I'm playing in a member guest, so hopefully I've got my new PXG driver that they just built for me.
Yeah, watch
for
out.
that one because
missile launcher.
yeah, it's special. The other side to this is the St. Jude It used to be the St. Jude Classic, right? It's the St. Jude Championship now. The previous winner
Sounds
last
so
year,
bad.
this was Lucas Glover. So remember when Lucas Glover went back to back with wins?
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
That was
Now-
like the end of his wife beating him too, which was really cool.
Yeah.
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 No more marks on him. No John Daly syndrome. He wasn't scratched up. Not
No.
beat up anymore. The family's happy. So that
Oh
was
my
cool.
God, I forgot about that story. You brought
Oh,
that
yeah.
up before.
Oh, yeah.
And that's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
Now, the course information here, it's a TPC Southwind. So this was designed by Ron Pritchard. And it was consulted by good old Fuzzy Zeller, who had the racist comment about Tiger Woods, and then Hubert Green. So, and this course opened in 1988, which is fantastic. Yeah, can't let anybody not remember Fuzzy Zeller making the racist comments about Tiger Woods and the menu at the Masters.
I don't know that I've ever heard any of that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So when Tiger won his first Masters,
Yeah.
Fuzzy in an interview was like, yeah, what's he gonna have? Fried chicken and macaroni and cheese on the menu?
Oh my God.
So it was something along those lines. So yeah, that's not appropriate. Not
Fuzzy,
appropriate.
what
Yeah,
are
you can't
you
be saying stuff like
doing,
that. Even back
bud?
then, you can't be saying stuff like that. So TBC Southwind, by the way, is known for tight, tree-lined fairways, numerous water hazards, and well-protected greens. It is a course that demands precision and strategy.
Kyle's he's had some good picks too. He called Vegas, right? He's
Truck
saying
Golfer brings up a good point. Was
Corey
it racist
Connors?
or was it what people want?
what?
The food on the menu at the Masters.
No, not when you
Fried
say what's he gonna bring. I mean, that's clearly a dig. Yeah.
Listen, I agree. Let's move into Cart Barn
Let's
Guys
just
said
cruise past that.
He
Take the
loves,
boat out and
loves
move
fried
over that.
chicken. Now,
I mean, I do too, but
I love fried chicken.
It's obviously, yeah.
Yeah. So
Anyways.
par 70 at 72.43 in terms of yardage. And let's keep it moving into the field analysis and betting odds for this bad boy. I did every single player. So since there's only 70 players,
Yeah.
we got all the odds for everybody.
Okay.
You ready for this? Scotty Scheffler, plus 330. Scotty Scheffler not win this tournament?
Does he not?
Do you take the field or you take Scotty Scheffler this week?
I know you're gonna ask me. And it's Chef, dude. It's Scheffler.
So Schauffele's at plus 750.
Like,
We got McIlroy at
it's
plus
Scheffler.
900. Morikawa plus 1200. Cantlay and Oberg at plus 2200. Matsuyama, Tommy Fleetwood plus 2500. Victor Hovland, Tommy Kim, Corey Connors, Russell Henley plus 3500. Sung J M, Justin Thomas, Tony Finau plus 4000.
what's JT at?
JT's at plus 4000.
I don't hate that.
Not bad. Billy Horschel's at plus 4,500. And by the way, JT, we've seen some signs from JT over weeks past that, Genesis Scottish Open, that opening round, the Open Championship, back and forth between the first round and the third round. So it just kind of depends what Justin Thomas, if we can get 4 straight days of Justin Thomas.
Corey Connors?
Corey Connors was plus 3,500. Now, Billy Horschel's at plus 4,500. Cam Young, good old Sahith Theegala and Aaron Ryer at plus 5,000. Sam Burns and Adam Scott plus 5,500. Shane Lowry plus 6,000. I feel like I'm a freaking guy at an auction here. So,
No, you're not fast enough.
no,
but that was
definitely
pretty
not
good.
fast enough.
That was pretty good.
Shane Lowry plus 6,000. Davis Thompson, Wyndham Clark plus 7,000. Any takers?
Wyndham?
Wyndham Clark?
That could be your dark horse.
Well, here's the thing. Trot Golfer already threw up there that he thinks that I'm going with Wyndham Clark or at Castle Pines probably.
Okay.
But we'll see. We
Okay.
shall see. Now, by the way, I did see Wyndham at the gym after the last episode. Did not say hi to me. So, just saying.
It could just be because that's just who he is, right? Back to what we were talking about.
The best follow-up question to that could be asked to me is, has he ever said hi to you? Which
Right.
the answer is no.
Does he say hi to anybody? No, because he probably hates everybody.
Let's keep it moving. I'm going to get in trouble on that one. Seb Straka,
Just
Brian Harman,
kidding.
Christian Bezadenhout is plus 7,500. Akshay Bhatia, Jordan Spieth, Matt Fitzpatrick, Jason Days plus 8,000.
Wharton's not lying though.
What's that? Bhatia, 8,800.
The praying mantis at
overlooked.
8,800
Yeah.
might be. You might make some money on
Listen,
that.
that is the brown praying mantis.
Yeah.
So that was deemed by Butts.
Yeah, he
That is
might
his
just
name now.
reach up to the leader and grab him
Yeah.
with his front paws and just bite his head off
Listen,
right
plus
there on
8,000.
Sunday.
I like him better than
Blood
Jordan Spieth.
everywhere.
I like him better than Matt Fitzpatrick. I would say him and Jason Day I would take kind of equally. Max Grazerman, who's had 2 second-place finishes the last 2 events he's played in, plus 9,000.
Weird segue. I did have a dream the other night of Akshay, and he was eating a bird feeder. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, you know the little cone-shaped ones like this?
Yeah.
And they're just kind of rock solid, made out of bird seed. And it was him, and he was just had his little mantis tongs, and he was just kind of nibbling at it. I was like, that's probably what he eats. That or birdseed burritos, one of the two.
Could be either.
Not trying to be weird, just what I saw.
It's just was his dream.
It came to me in a dream.
So there you
Yes.
have that, which that might be a sign.
Yeah,
If Akshay Bhatia is visiting you and eating bird feed
in my sleep.
with those little praying mantis claws,
Right. You get it.
I get it.
You see the imagery that it's probably not far off from what I experienced.
That's
and I was
pretty
so
special.
happy. I woke up. It was such a good day after that. Anyways,
All right.
sorry.
No, that's great. I love that for us. Now, Ben On, Siwoo Kim, plus 10,000. Minwoo Lee, Max Homa, Tom Hoagie, Will Zalatoris, Alex Noren, plus 11,000. All right, there's too many freaking names. I thought 70 was going to be easy to get through. I feel like I've been reading these for the past
It's not
15
as bad
minutes.
as you think. That was pretty good.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
We're ending it there, though. Anybody else, forget about it. They're not going to win. Hopefully, mark my words. Hopefully you don't. Hopefully Jake Knapp at plus 40,000 doesn't win.
Ooh, that might be at least.
Remember, this is a tight golf course.
Yeah,
okay? It's a
but-
par 70. This is not a Jake Knapp. Hit it wherever you want. Bomb the ball. And I know we're at PXG.
What's the old white guy saying? Even a blind squirrel finds a nut. Like
That's true.
he could be a blind squirrel this week.
Jake Knapp could
Yeah.
be. So, did you miss this entire thing? Rory McIlroy's at plus 900. He was the third golfer I went over.
What?
Now, let's get into the absolute pull hook picks here. Butsy, who you got?
Chef
Fuck.
got Chef. Now Kyle made a good point. He did play bad there last year. I don't know if that's true at all. I just think Chef was going to win. I'm a field player. And
So-
I like Bhatia, the mantis.
Botcha.
I like that. And then I might throw a $10 or a $20 bill on Mr. Nappenstein.
So I'm going to tell you who's going to win.
Jake
And it's going to
Sleeps.
be Ludwig Oberg.
Woo!
So Ludwig
You've been
Oberg-
on him though.
Ludwig Oberg is one of the straightest drivers, one of the longest, straightest drivers on tour.
Yeah.
And you have to hit the ball straight here at TPC Southwind because it is tight. It is tree line. And I think Ludwig Oberg is going to have a great week this week. I think at the Olympics he did okay. And I just think that, he's coming into this tournament potentially after some rest. He's had that knee injury,
Yeah.
which has kind of set him back a little bit. And I just think that this could be a good week where the greens aren't going to be terribly tough to putt. So I like Oberg. Now,
Like Soberg. Billy O'Billy.
Let's see.
Oh, Trot just loves Billy Horsewater.
oh, and Joe Schultz here, he mentioned too that we kept freezing on X. So, that happens. That happens. But Adam Hadwin, look for him. Adam Hadwin is deep in this, okay? Plus 20,000. I think I mentioned, no, I did not. I cut it off before I went to that. My pick is Ludwig Oberg. I would also watch out for a Colin Morikawa coming off the Olympics. He did not have a great Olympics, but he has been in form for so long. And he's a guy who you're kind of just expecting him at some point to finally break through with a victory. He even said during the Open Championship that, it's kind of a letdown that he hasn't won any big tournaments yet.
Well,
So,
that could be, yeah.
and then Cantlay, by the way, finished second last year. So he was the runner-up to Lucas Glover. Another solid play this week who he sneakily has started playing better. His start of the year was horrendous. Probably one of the worst starts that I can remember from a guy at such a high level who's one of the top 10 players in the world. Now he's starting to get it back little by little. So watch out for
My
Caitlin.
Ouija board doesn't point that way, though. I don't know.
No, you've got Scheffler,
Yeah.
which, by the way, which is why I get like 10 picks now. Because it's basically Scheffler versus the field.
It's a cheap pick. I get it. But,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Now, here's the thing. So on X, by the way, ever since the whole, and granted, now I'm going to have to cut this out because YouTube will suppress us just by mentioning the name Trump, okay? We can't advertise our podcast or do anything when we mention him.
Let's just refer to him as T. Reezy.
T. Reezy, okay?
There you go.
T. Reezy and
45.
and the Musk, okay? When they did their whole thing yesterday on the X, there are apparently attacks that went on and everything. So X is a little unstable right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so come on over to YouTube, check it all out, subscribe, like. I never do that in the beginning of the episodes, but make sure that no matter what platform you're on, you're following, you're subscribing, you're liking, you're adding some comments. We love the comments, okay?
Oh, absolutely.
So even after this live, add comments to the actual episode that comes out the next day, the podcast version with the high quality audio and everything. You really start to love that. Now, let's get into the Swanie style segment. This is a fan favorite. And I wish we had pictures that I could pull up for everybody, but I'm going to show Butsy here what I'm talking about. Now, folks, if you are on Twitter, you can check out one of my recent posts on Pole Hook Golf to where Aaron Raya took a picture of him on Sunday. Look at those shoes.
That is that's the kind of shoe that a homeless person has on when you pull up to a freeway exit and they didn't start the day with those shoes.
Get in there on that.
Somebody refuses to give them money and they had that pair of shoes in their back seat and they said, here, take these. And the guy is a size 9 and those are like a 13 and he's just wearing them anyways. That's my take on those.
I get that Aaron Rye was poor
Those are
growing
so
up.
bad.
I get that he was poor growing up, right? But you're not poor anymore, okay?
No.
Like, get yourself a good pair of
God.
shoes. This is like clearly from Echo. He doesn't have a shoe deal.
Who are you, Matt Kuchar?
And
Why don't you go
it's
rent a
just-
house?
It's just absolutely
Oh.
lazy.
Here, these are the new
It's
Echo
horrendous.
baseball field dirt edition.
Okay, so
Sorry.
that's amazing that a professional golfer was wearing those. One, it looks like not only are they super dirty, okay, and I'll show you guys again. Okay, not only are they super dirty, and I know I can't really zoom in on that, but the bottom is like dirty yellow. It's just not a good look for, like, get yourself a shoe deal, man.
Lieutenant Dan wouldn't wear those shoes.
Those are bad. You've won a PGA Tour event now. There is no excuse for you wearing those. Now, the second part to this is, has there ever been a better player in professional golf that has worn 2 weather gloves?
Oh, they're not electrician gloves.
They're not electrician gloves, folks. Those are weather gloves. Has there ever been a better player in the world?
What do you think the story?
Aaron
What do you think
Rye.
the backstory is on this? You think he was like a junior golfer, and
His
there-
parents couldn't afford golf gloves or anything.
Is this the
So,
story?
Yeah.
Oh, this is real.
So he was given
Oh.
by a guy 2 rain gloves
Yeah.
as a junior golfer, and he's worn them ever since. Now, very nostalgic
same
guy.
ones?
Very nostalgic guy because as we even get further, that's the other reason why he still has iron covers.
This
Okay?
is not real.
This is real. This is real. Those are iron covers, folks. And Aaron Rye, he loves himself some iron covers. So he still uses them, which, by the way, once again, when he got his first set of clubs,
Can we
they
call
were so
him-
poor that his parents had to, like, do weird things in order to get these clubs for him. And sure enough, he's been using iron covers ever since. But you got to grow up at some point.
Aaron Goodwill Rye.
I know, and he's such a nice guy too, from what I've heard and
Of
everything.
course.
But it's like, dude, at some point you got to start acting like you've been there before, and that like you have money now. I don't care that like you grew up this way. Good for you. Great story and everything, but now you got to move on.
But
you gotta grow
also,
up.
if if I like won a tour event with duct tape all over my hands, I would duct tape my hands for the rest of my life. So I kind of get it, you know. There could be some, I don't know, like, yeah.
Anti-Liv says that throw Anti-Liv up here. Love giving a little Anti-Liv some love.
Tommy
now,
Two Gloves
Tommy
from
Two
Big
Gloves
Break.
from Big Break. Tommy Two Gloves was
Tommy
a great
Two
player,
Gloves was a tour winner.
but did he win a tour event?
I'm almost positive he did.
Did he?
We need to get some stats
oh
on
God,
that.
Trot. Where's Trot
Here,
Golfer?
I'll look it up right now.
Trot Golfer. I don't know. I would say Aaron Rye is better than Two Gloves Tommy Gainey. And I was a big Two Gloves Tommy Gainey fan because, man, that was an ugly golf swing, and he was playing with two gloves. It just really, like, it distorts your reality in a way when guys show up like that. And it is a distortion of reality when Aaron Rye is wearing homeless man shoes, two gardening gloves, and on top of that, he's got covers on his irons.
There's Tommy Gainey. He looks like a coal miner from the turn of the century.
Tommy Gainey was not
Career
a good-looking
wins,
man.
1.
Okay, 1. So they're tied now for victories.
Yeah.
Gary, but he didn't wear them every single event. Gary Ployer wore two gloves every, like.
Tommy's still 399th
And I don't even know if that's
in the
factual,
world.
by the way, that Gary Player did wear two gloves, because I've never seen that before. But I'm going to believe you, Joe Schultz, and I'm going to say that it has to be that he wore it for his entire career, which Aaron Rye has. Two gloves, Tommy Gainey was a good one. But I got to say that Aaron Rye is the best two-glove player in the world. Now, if you take it a step further and say, who's the best golfer that has worn rain gloves every single event? It's clearly Aaron Rye. Clearly, right? Am I wrong on this?
No. This is wild to me.
Okay, so James Warren says, did Tommy Two Gloves spend some time in the clink recently? So Tommy Two Gloves has not had a great recent run.
And we don't got time to dig into that right now.
We are getting locked out of here. And here's the thing, folks. We've got LIV Golf Greenbrier that we still got to go through the entire thing. So we're moving on from the Swanie style segment.
I think I
which
just
was
saw
fantastic.
Bob Parsons do a burnout on a Harley in the parking lot.
That was
I could
actually
be
pretty
wrong.
cool. I saw that too.
Yeah.
I thought he actually dislocated his hip. there.
He's not happy. We're taking up way too much of his time
And,
here.
and that's perfectly fine. Now,
He's got the keys, though.
LIV Golf Greenbrier. Strap in, folks,
Yes.
because this is going to be fire. We're starting hot with LIV Golf Greenbrier, okay? Did Graham McDowell just become the poster child for failed drug tests on LIV?
You have a theory on this, and you think it was you got a conspiracy on Graham.
Well, we've been talking about, and we got this from caddies on tour and everything, that the PGA Tour, ever since LIV came in, hasn't been drug testing. Now, I heard on LIV as well that they didn't drug test the first 2 seasons. So I'm curious to hear, did you dig up anything on this year?
I did not. I have not heard anything about anybody being tested for shit. So that's very strange.
This was a new one for me.
And then
for LIV.
Vicks nasal spray?
Oh, hang on. Okay. All right.
I didn't even know they made a nasal spray.
I need a sip of water before we just dive hard into this.
What's in the nasal spray?
Folks, Graham McDowell comes out, right? And he puts a post out on Twitter as well as on Instagram and goes, you know, and he takes a shot, he takes a dig at the PGA Tour somehow, some way within that whole thing. But he goes, I didn't realize that Vicks nasal spray was on the list for anti-doping.
I wonder what's in it, first off.
Cocaine.
Well, like, I don't know. It's not performance enhancing. I mean, have you seen GMAC? It's not like this guy is shooting trend before events.
I mean,
this is.
Dude, when did Vicks nasal spray become
I
BD?
wonder what's in it. Does it have any type of an amphetamine?
I love that you're still going down the path of like, what ingredient is it that you get popped for?
I gotta look it up.
There's no fucking chance that this is a real thing.
I might be. I actually didn't even think to look this up. Carry on.
My conspiracy with all of this, and anti-LIV, someone ratted him out who says anti-LIV. Now, here's the thing. I don't, and folks, put on your metal caps right now, okay? The tinfoil caps that point up, and aliens are coming, all this stuff, because it's conspiracy time.
So real quick,
It's
before you do
conspiracy
that,
time.
it has oxymetazoline and oxymetazoline hydrochloride. That's it. So.
Which one's banned?
No, that's it. It's one ingredient. It must be banned. It must have set off a trigger Or
It's
somebody
it's unbelievable.
put a little bit of extra sauce.
Little sauce. Now, conspiracy time.
Yeah, yeah.
Did LIV find out that the PGA Tour had stopped drug testing, and all of a sudden, they go, we need to make an example out of one of our players, and we got to get one up on the PGA Tour here, and we're the better tour, we're the one that is more responsible.
Yeah.
So that being said, did they create a fall guy?
Is GMAC the fall guy?
Is he the fall guy? And a
man.
minor infraction, right? Because it's like, oh, I put some nasal spray up my nose.
And somebody just made a really good comment. That's not far off. I would test Gary Player as well. He's on that BPC 157 Wolverine, whatever. But sorry, go on.
The deer antler spray?
Yeah, deer antler up his whatever. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah. Shoots it in his toes so you can't see the
I
marks.
don't know what's more weird, the fact that we found out that LIV Golf is apparently drug testing, or the Graham McDowell popped because it
Not just
fixed
drug
nasal
testing.
spray.
They tested GMAC. He's got to be the shortest hitter out there.
Dude, like, what are you testing for out of GMAC?
What are you testing
This
GMAC?
guy's just trying to be on LIV Golf longer.
Yeah. He's on that oxymethazine hydrochloride, dude.
Jesus. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I'm flabbergasted by this whole report and everything around GMAC. He got suspended for the last 2 events.
I'm going to start doing Vicks nasal spray before every round and videotape
Do you
it.
think they brought a Brinks truck over to his house, dropped off a bunch of money, and they're like, hey, you're going to be our fall guy for this, but you're gonna get a 2-week rest.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be right back in
And we
it.
bought you a beautiful GMAC boat. It says GMAC on the back that you can sail right into the sunset
What if
after
he
this.
showed up with the Lamborghini yacht that Conor McGregor has?
Could.
Like one of like 20, right?
GMAC on the back.
With GMAC on the back.
Vicks Vapor Rub like a NASCAR down
Oh
the
my
side.
gosh.
Holy
The logo.
shit.
What great promotion. I've never said Vicks nasal spray
So many
longer than on this episode.
We'll
right
reach
here.
out.
In my entire life, by the way.
We'll have our people reach out to
Yeah,
their people for sure.
I think we need a sponsorship just for reporting on Vicks nasal spray. So I'm really, once again, flabbergasted by this whole fucking thing.
Ugh.
I just don't believe it.
No.
I don't believe it at all. Like, this is the most conspiracy driven that I've been around LIV Golf. And Anti-Liv says, does he get relegated? Don't worry, we're gonna get to the relegation here in a second. And why do you know that? Yeah, exactly. Why do you even know about relegation here, Anti-Liv? Because you actually study LIV Golf in order to hate on it, which I actually appreciate.
It's kind of crazy though too.
But he actually knows his stuff, which is hilarious.
Very dedicated.
Or she, depending on, I have no
I would
idea
do that if I was getting
Anti-Liv is a
paid
man
for
or
it.
a female.
Anyways.
Now, moving on. LIV Golf is back in America, which is Bryson once again the favorite to win? And that's a question to you, Bugsy.
You mean like, is he my favorite to win?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my God, put that comment up there from Joel Schultz. That's absolutely hilarious. Vicks is the new sponsor of Smash Golf.
Might be. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Every pharmacy in the world just went sold out. Every golfer. Yeah, you tried this shit yet?
Yeah.
No, Graham
I
did.
mean, is there something in
Picked
there
up
that all of a sudden we're going to play better golf?
Pick up 50 yards, you know? Like, I don't know.
You want to try it out?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, should we do a YouTube episode on the golf course and just rip Vicks nasal spray?
Yeah,
the
I don't
entire
know
time?
if you can OD on it. That'd be a shitty way to end that episode.
That'd be
Yeah,
awful.
what happened? Oh, well.
Oh, Butsy's down. What happened to him?
Went
Too
to
much
the
Vicks.
hospital. Too much Vicks,
much-
dude.
overdose.
He was trying to enhance his performance
You know,
that
that's
much.
why they ban it on the LIV Golf
Yeah.
circuit. Yeah,
I'm just...
fantastic.
All right.
Okay, moving back to is Bryson going to win? Because especially after last year, he shot his 58 at the Greenbrier. Can
Yeah.
he back it up?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I haven't decided if Bryson is now shifted completely into how well his YouTube videos are doing, or if he's like still over here. I don't know. I don't know.
Very interesting. He
Yeah.
does consider himself a content creator. He wants an invite to the Creator Classic, just like we do.
He's very into it.
Now, who
Yeah.
deserves more of a creator invite, us or Bryson?
Us.
I think so.
Yeah,
too.
we create.
I agree.
We create hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that I will say is I did find out that the Crank CEO is traveling with Bryson this week.
Yeah.
So does that mean that they're going to be tweaking around his driver a little bit?
Oh, there's probably like a club repair shop on the private jet, if I had to guess.
love
They're probably
that.
sitting there tinkering as we speak.
That would be a sick job to be making golf clubs
Yeah.
on a private jet.
Tour van in the sky.
Oh,
Talk about it.
imagine that.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
We got to talk to Bob about
Yeah,
this.
little simulator set up in the back. Let's go.
Bob. Shit, I think Butsy's onto something here. Hell of an idea.
It'd
Now,
be cheap.
as we move into, this is one of the last two events of the regular season at the Greenbrier. Then we got Chicago as the final regular season. So let's go over some team standings here, okay? 2-team race right now. For the regular season win, we got the Crushers, we got Legion 13. So that is Bryson's team versus John Rahm's team.
Yeah.
Only 15 points separate the two teams. And if you want to be exact, it's 15.5 for all the LIV people that just want to say that I hate on them all the time. I know my shit. 15.5 points, folks. Now, the other side to this is that Ripper GC and Torquay are fighting for third place. Do you really give a shit who's fighting for third place?
Not
No, me
even
neither.
the slightest bit.
Not at
Yeah.
all. Yep. They're literally not the best loser even. So
No.
you got that going for you.
Yeah.
Which the individual standings, we've got Joaquin Neiman in first. He's got 189.4 points. We got Rahm in second at 165.17. Do you know what any of this means?
No. Nope.
I love it. Hatton, 143.49 points in third place. What that means is that, yeah, it's a battle between Neiman and Rahm really for the regular season individual standings.
Do we care?
No, not really. I mean, listen, is it the team that we're supposed to care about or is it the individual?
I like watching the last round when there's two teams like duking it out for sure.
I love how the teams just like, it gets so, there's so much change that
That's-
can happen.
I like that part. That's it. I like to know that there's two teams duking it out. It's close. Oh, this team beat that team. That's cool. But in terms of the stats and like where they're at in the season, I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Now, relegation. Anti-Liv was just talking about this. Does this move Graham McDowell into the relegation world? No, it does not. Because I will say this. Harold Varner III. He is currently 47th, which only the top 48 guys stay on LIV Golf, okay? The rest of the players are in relegation, which means that they are off of the LIV Golf circuit and they got to try to qualify. Now, Anti-Liv says, just FYI, Saudi Airlines added golf simulators to A380s to support the new Saudi Golf Tour in 2022. I did not know that. I hope that's real because that's sick.
That's so-
if you're
so
putting golf
tight.
simulators on airplanes,
So tight.
pretty dope until you hit some turbulence.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you're breaking necks, you're snapping shafts.
Yeah.
It's going to get weird up there. But you know what? Good for them. The Saudis are thinking of everything. Now, with that said, HV3, I did talk to somebody who played with HV3 the other day, and he said that his game looks really solid, and he's working his ass off right now because he's in 47th. He's
said,
at risk.
"Uh-oh."
Yeah, he's at risk.
We got to get it going.
And remember, he had the DWI at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, no.
So his year got screwed up
Absolutely.
right off the bat. Perez, your buddy, he's on the bubble at 48th. He's the last man in right now. He's got 7.76 points.
He's got to get it done. Like,
He's got to get it done.
we got to have a good week. Yep.
And here's the thing. Greenbrier should be a spot that he could play pretty well at. So hopefully.
Now, do we have any news on the furthering of the two tours coming together?
Oh boy, we'll get to that in a second
Okay.
if we have time. Currently in relegation is Vincent, Cantor, Bubba Watson, Samuja, Grace, Vincent. So the two Vincent brothers are both in relegation. Swafford, Hudson Swafford that is, and your man and my man, Anthony Kim. Anthony Kim is not going to win this year.
I'm still pulling for him. There's a chance. What would you? That would just.
I would love to have him on the
Oh,
pod to talk to him,
God.
but I just don't think he's going to get it done this year. He's too far away from really competing at this point. He needs a year.
Perez very well might get it done. Yeah.
I hope so.
I mean,
I do.
what did he do on tour, right? 25 years, never lost his card.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
So he's just going to have to put it into gear, though.
Yeah.
Big
so
time.
let's go through a quick little golf picks, but louder. Butsy, who's your individual player to win this week?
We got the B.
Bryson.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I think he will win, but I'm not sure where his head's at.
What team do you think's going to win?
I'm going Crushers.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
his team. So I'm going to do the exact opposite, and I'm going to be really, 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 really lame about this. Really lame. I'm going to go John Rahm, and I'm going to go Legion 13. So it just matches up that way. It's not that like I'm just throwing in an answer and being like, oh, this is the canned, you know what, John Rahm's going to win. No. And then we did have Joe Schultz says that he's got DJ to win. Trot golfers counting on Pat Perez to come through.
Ooh, that would
and
be
get
cool.
the job done.
That would be really cool.
Let's see. What does Joe Schultz just say? Elon Musk just invited Pull Hook Podcast to the first Tesla $20 million creator tournament in Texas. Done.
Yeah,
we
we're
will
in.
be there. We
We're
will
in.
100%, and we're going to win that.
Yep.
Like, if it's a two-man team event, we win it. If not, you're looking at first and second.
I'll jump 60 buses in a cyber truck, like
Yeah.
no helmet. Let's go.
And this guy, he's sneaky good right now. PXG's
Yeah.
got him dialed. Playing
Yeah.
the best golf he has ever played, outside of when he used to play competitively. So.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Yeah.
The game's kind of nice.
I laughed when he's like, you know, I'm shooting low 70s right now, and you thought that I was effing with you. Like, it wasn't possible that you were shooting in the 70s. I'm just like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Because
Oh.
the whole time you're going, yeah, we're shooting about the same. I'm on my path to, like, shooting 90.
You said you're going to shoot 90.
Yeah, I thought for sure I was going to shoot. I did not shoot 90.
Oh.
I did break 90, but I had a horrible day.
That's a tough golf course
Golf
to
reminds
go
you.
low.
No, but golf reminds you that you can't take such long breaks in between playing.
No. If you're going to do anything, you have to play at least once a week to keep it together, for sure.
And last time we played, I still kept it together and actually played pretty well. But this gap, once again, was just too much.
And
So,
to your question, Trot,
playing a lot more.
he is still a PXG guy. Actually, was in here the other day. He has some sexy looking oil can wedges back there. Pretty cool.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he still plays the equipment.
Looks like we got to lube somebody up back there. So let's get to audience Q&A here. It is audience Q&A time. So if you guys got any more questions, Trot Golfer obviously just threw in the Perez question. If you guys got anything else, we will certainly go into it. I know
Yeah.
you had a question for me in regards to the PGA Tour, LIV Golf stuff. And
Yeah, just briefly, I'm just curious. We haven't had an update on a merger in a long time.
so I was making some phone calls, as clearly I was talking with multiple caddies, a couple players today, and I will say this, a couple agents as well in there, and it's radio silence right now.
Nothing.
Nobody is getting anything from either side. So that's what's surprising. Normally, like, the LIV side's a little bit looser lips at times, where then you had SSG, the Sports Strategic Group with the PGA Tour, and there was a lot of moving parts there. A lot of people were involved in a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff was getting out, and a lot of stuff was leaking, right? That's been tightened up, and it seems like, listen, sometimes when there is no noise, that's good news. This has gone on too long.
Yeah.
I think this is bad news for a deal getting done. In my opinion, there is a word that gets around within mergers, acquisitions, sales, and so forth that time kills all deals.
Yeah.
Okay? And the longer that this has gone on with radio silence, it means that things might not be going as well as we think. Now, they were so close. Remember back, what was it? Almost 2 months ago,
Yeah,
at
that's what I'm
the
saying.
PGA Championship, the PGA Tour guys were giddy as shit.
Yeah.
Thinking, like, they were talking like a deal was done. There was an actual deal that was going to be signed by both sides. That was reported to me. However, they needed to go through, and the reason why it wasn't being announced or anything like that was because they were working through, okay, what is Congress, what is everybody within the U.S. government going to do when we sign this deal? Are they going to come after us? Is there going to be a lot of things that they investigate and look into within these dealings and everything? And here's the thing, I don't think the PGA Tour's books are very clean. I don't think that LIV Golf's is super clean either, because of obviously the relationship with the PIF fund, the players' contracts, how those look and everything. So that really is a tough situation that if it's gone dead silent, antitrust laws, there we go. Thank you, Joe Schultz. With that said, with the amount of time that's gone on and it being silent, it means that those conversations most likely didn't go great.
Something's got to happen, though, eventually.
They're probably going to get investigated if this goes through, because there's a lot of stuff that is on the fence.
Yeah.
And I think I'll say it this way. One of two things is happening right now. Either that deal is done and they have told everybody dead silence until we're able to announce this thing.
That's what I think.
Or that they're trying to work through stuff through the U.S. government to figure out, okay, are we in the clear? Are we okay with everything that's being done? And there could be a chance that the answer is no to that. And they're like, no, certain groups are going to come after you. So there's a lot of political things that are going on behind the scenes that we're not privy to. And that goes to a level that like investors aren't really going to know that much about.
Right.
They're going to keep it pretty tight-lipped. So that's where I think everything's at with
So
that.
we wait.
I think we're in a wait and see type of moment. The one thing that does suck is like I was like Joseph Michael, who is on Twitter. We went back and forth because I was like, a deal's imminent, right? Well, what does imminent mean? It means it's happening soon, very soon. He was like, a deal is not imminent, whatever. He's right on this one because we don't know right now. We're in a holding pattern with the whole entire thing. Hopefully, we find out soon, but it would have been announced already.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's that. Any other questions that we got? Let's see. Joe Schultz, really hitting these comments hard today. I love this. Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations will continue its inquiry into the Saudi Public Investment Fund. Wow.
There you go.
That's some insight right there. So there you go. Yeah. And that could be the main problem, right? That could be what's holding all of this back.
Yeah.
Because if they're going to get investigated,
They're not going to do that.
and they're going to start diving into the PGA Tour's books.
Yeah. Not
Listen,
doing that.
PGA Tour is supposed to be operating as a nonprofit for this entire time. This is the first time they're going to go to a for-profit organization. They're going to keep the PGA Tour somehow under the umbrella as a nonprofit, apparently, which don't ask me how you do that. Even with my business acumen, there is no chance that I could even entertain that conversation.
Well, we wait.
Yeah, Trot Golfer's got something here. Let's
What
see.
is-
4 Guinnesses, 2 spliffs. Thanks for the hour. Back to reality now. See you, Trot. And
Thank
then
you,
Joe
sir.
Schultz, let's see. Blumenthal community notes. Yeah, so Blumenthal is a big proponent behind all of this, or a big reason why this might not go through. So we shall see. But we do want to thank PXG for having us tonight.
Absolutely.
We have been going way too long, but that's how this show goes. We are dialed in to the latest. James Warren says, is the golf bifurcation stuff done with? If I will say this, my guess is that it's not going to happen. That's my guess right now. I think there's too much stuff that the U.S. government wants to get into with that merger, and I don't think the PGA Tour is going to move forward with it. Now, Anti-Live, how do you or we get invited to the Creator Open? No clue. That just
Got to have
that's
millions of views on YouTube and a lot of videos. That's
Yeah.
it.
So-
Pretty much that simple.
Start subscribing, start liking, and we'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Trot Golfer also mentioned, Butsy, that hat looks good. I told him before we
Solid.
got on.
It's a good one.
Gosh,
Yeah, it's good.
I
Fits
should
my
have
big dome.
grabbed one. Should have grabbed one.
Oh, yeah.
All right. But thank you, PXG.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you to Swanie's Golf for being our sponsor of the podcast. Once again, folks, this polo, everything I rock, they just dropped new luggage. I had it here, I didn't show it. I will show it in the coming days on Instagram and Twitter, but it is awesome in terms of the quality of that stuff. So make sure if you're gonna go spend some money at swannies.co, utilize promo code PullHookGolf25 at checkout for 25% off your entire order. Once again, folks, that is PullHookGolf25 at checkout. We are signing off. If you would, Nick, go ahead and click that end stream in the top.
See y'all.
See you, everybody.